America has always been a land of symbols, in deed and in language, by constitution and institution. Americans have been indoctrinated from our very genesis with the worth and power of symbols endowed with national meaning. George Washington was not just the first president, but the father of the country. Another national symbol, the flag, begot another symbol, the national anthem. The melting pot society, perhaps the most powerful creation of the New World, is an important notion in the country's consciousness, and that intangible but integral society has been given its own symbol, the Statue of Liberty. It is a piece of sculpture, static but flowing, universal, and yet holding different meaning for each American. The landscape of American sport, always among the first cultural entry points for new Americans, is strewn with individual awards. More, in fact, are created every sporting season. MVP awards, Gold Glove awards, the ESPYs. Some, fortunately, make an effort to recognize achievement. Others essentially measure advances in technology or genetics, and others do no more inelegantly loud celebrity. Few of sports' individual awards have a lasting and creditable history. Even fewer are recognizable to the eye, a vision, image, or outline that is universally identifiable. Can anyone, for example, describe what the NFL MVP award looks like? How many people can close their eyes and conjure the image of baseball's Cy Young Award? Quick, if you win the Indy 500, what do you win? It's not a car, it's a check and a flower wreath. These are prizes, professional accolades for a job well done. They're not symbols, and by themselves they hold no mystique. They can't be seen with eyes closed like the Statue of Liberty. They evoke no special meaning, no abstract but undeniable allure. They are not a piece of an American athletic timeline, nor do they connote iconic fame or everlasting fraternity in an exclusive club. The mind's eye cannot see these awards because they don't represent an image of America at its best. Now close your eyes and picture the Heisman Trophy. The form is easy to conjure, a graceful, fluid pose that is football past and football present in one dignified figure. It is sculpture, peerless in American sport, with a beauty of motion and sense of the sport it honors. It is 14 inches and 13 1/2 inches of statutory bronze mounted on a 17 1/2 inch by 5 1/2 inch black onyx base. It is 25 polished pounds of grace, power, and majesty. Since it's been first awarded in 1935, its strength has been its symbol. Pete Dawkins is a former brigadier general, candidate for the United States Senate, Rhodes Scholar, and winner of the 1958 Heisman Trophy. When he has guests at his home for dinner, he sometimes clocks the time from his guests' arrival until they ask an inevitable question. Sometimes Dawkins breaks the tension by blurting out, "It's in the den." Everyone wants to see or touch the trophy, Dawkins says. That's when you get a sense of the reach of the Heisman. What one reaches to touch in the Heisman Trophy is the intangible histories of the American 20th century, of sport, of heroes, of the abstract touchstones of life, achievement, disappointment, tragedy, and triumph. The Heisman Trophy and the lives of its winners tell that story of America. It's the story of the dauntless, resolute men who created an award founded on idealism, and it is the untold story of the romantic idealist for whom the award is named, John Heisman. The story of the Heisman is the story of America since the Great Depression, tracing the country's history from its adolescence as a world power through World War II and its momentous aftermath. It is the story of the expanding American demographic, reflected in the immigrant surnames of the winners, Lujack, Janowicz, Casimir, Cassidy, and Bellino. It is the story of the turbulent 1960s and unsettled 70s, when the Heisman was first bequeathed to an African American, to a Native American, and to players of all geographic regions. It is the story of an aggrandized, all-consuming phenomenon enveloping the trophy, its place growing larger than ever. It is the story of a changing America, a prospering America, a conflicted America, and a steadfast, confident America. The setting for this 69-year cultural narrative is college football and its Sabbath-like end-of-week congregations and cathedrals draped in ceremonious colors. This is a place of ritualistic fight songs and traditional chants, marches, and slogans, where rivalries are transferred by generations and coaches are treated like tribal chiefs. With spiritual and transcendent connections, the college football is like a religion in America. The Heisman Trophy winners are its mystic gods. They are the kings of the richest, most disparate, loyal dominion in American sport. Handed the Heisman Trophy, they are royalty forever, set apart. An eminence that most use to achieve gender accomplishment. Some stumbled and fell, and some stumbled, fell, and got back up. This book is a sampling of the winners' stories, tales that convey the Heisman heritage in a chronological rendering of time and place, because the Heisman Trophy is meant to mark and honor one football season. The winners profiled in depth in the subsequent pages were chosen for their myriad contributions, historically, socially, culturally, to this timeline. Others certainly might select a different list of winners to recognize. There is absolutely no way to qualify any such subjective compilation. But the winners' stories included here are meant as a collection in sum, and it is most important to view them for what they represented as collegians. In the modern sports environment, the common focus is on an athlete's collective worth as a professional, a model sometimes used to judge the merit of Heisman winners. But the measure of a Heisman Trophy winner is his one season and its legacy. It is about what that season has meant to his teammates, his fans, and his nation. It is about the possibility that the right combination of leadership, skill, and inspiration can inscribe a name forever in the chronicles of this sport and time. The Heisman Trophy, the country's most enduring sports symbol, has treasured and instantly recognized as an institution. Its story is an American epic, and the rough-hewn features of the fluid, graceful figure, the Heisman Trophy statuette. Something deep exists within the piercing shadow of eyes that mysteriously stare back into adoring public. That was the prologue of the book I recently purchased called The Heisman and the Great American Stories of the Men Who Won by Bill Pennington. You can pick them up on Amazon for about $8, or if you have a local library, about the same price. I recommend anyone who is interested in college football and its stories over the past and into the present pick it up.